growing up in an Asian household, like what was it like being on a fitness journey growing up in an Asian household for you?
Well, for me, right, like so my dad was actually he's pretty active. So growing up, it was almost like instantaneous for me. Ever since I was a kid, I was always going to the park. I was like always doing some physical activity, right? I
Is
was
that how
doing,
you keep fit?
I think it's honestly comes down to my upbringing
You know?
because I was doing rollerblading. I was just outside, like outside in the park.
Yo, he was outside.
Yeah, I
Yo.
was swinging. I was playing the playground. My dad would, we would play soccer, like kick the ball and shit, like stuff like that, right? And
It was
then,
already programmed into your life.
like that was fun. Yeah, that was pretty fun. So growing up, like for me, playing outside was normal. So that's why I'm still like physically active and fit because of how I was raised. Yeah.
Because y'all still play soccer on the weekends
Yeah.
till this day.
That's why I run, like I work out, I do all this. Cause like yeah, it really matters how your how what your upbringing is. But what about you? Like what was it like for you?
Dude, I didn't like play sports or anything like as a kid. Like to be honest, like back in recess, I didn't play sports or anything. Maybe it's because I went to so like middle school. I went to a school like mostly like white people, and like the Asians just all stood in like the corner. Like we didn't know what the fuck to do. Like
Oh.
we're not gonna go up to the white kids or black kids and ask them if we can hoop. You know what I mean? So it's like we didn't really
Oh.
do too much in high school. Dude, we didn't have a recess or a yard or any of them.
We got boot camp for gym.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I didn't have sports that much. Like the occasional gym time in middle school, I'll play basketball or like something.
Wait, so
But
when
that's
did you like really got into like working out or like when did you yeah, when did you start?
So I started working out. This was like working out at the gym or like fitness in general.
I would say fitness in general.
Okay, this was fifth grade.
Oh, okay.
Fifth grade. Puberty definitely had to do with it. Um, but I was walking down Soho one day. I was walking by Hollister back in when Hollister used to have that corner in Soho. They had like models standing right outside, guys with six pack abs standing next to the chick wearing bikinis. Yo, I'm like, yo, I gotta look like I got them abs, bro.
That's how you get. Yeah, that's how. That's what made sense. To you.
That's how like a 10-year-old boy that's going through puberty thinks. So I'm like, that night I went on YouTube, searched up how to get six pack abs, 10-minute at home workouts. Like I binged all of those videos. Yo.
You saw like at least 5 Mike Chang videos.
Oh, that was my guy.
6 pack shortcuts.
And the fact that he was Asian, it was a no brainer. Like I can do that. I can look like that.
Oh my god.
So that's how I got started with the fitness. Obviously, as a 10-year-old, I can't go to the gym or anything. So I was just doing like push-ups, crunches at home. Dude, that night, I legit did like 200 like crunches. Like I would put my foot at the edge of my bed and just do crunches. You know?
Oh my god.
I'll go to the mirror and be like, damn, bro, 200 crunches, nothing? Like, that's crazy.
Nah, bro. What you think this is? Yeah.
I'll do it like multiple days. I don't know if this is like me being delusional, but like, oh shit, I see an outline. But there was nothing there, yo.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
No, that's how it all started. But I didn't get into the gym until I was like 13. Because at the YMCA, you have to be like a certain age to get into the gym weight section.
Oh, okay.
But my mom was against that shit. Probably because of my age. She was
Uh-huh.
like, it's gonna stunt your growth. Like, why are you lifting heavy weights and putting yourself at risk to injure yourself? So I legit had to lie to her, telling her that, oh yeah, I'm just going on the treadmills.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. Yeah.
But next thing you know, her son was powerlifting in the weight section. Yes,
I'm lifting these 200-300 pounds.
as a teenager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, I legit hid that from her until like senior year of high school. Like she thought I was just running on the treadmill, exercising.
And then next thing you know, she starts seeing like, oh, this man got bigger.
That ass. Dude, one time I bought creatine. I got home one day. She was like, "What did you order?"
You got crack cocaine.
Like,
that's
what is
what
this
you
white powder stuff? I was like, creatine? Like,
ordered. I mean, she don't know what the fuck that is.
she don't know
It's
what the
like,
fuck
yeah.
that is, bro. Like, is this drugs? Is this steroids? Like, what you doing? Like, she was a little skeptical when I started buying like protein, like supplements. Started carrying like a gallon of jug. She's like, what you want? Like,
It's like, why you got so big? Like, yo, what's what you want?
and I would eat. Like,
Yeah.
you know how it is when you're a teenager. You could eat
Yeah. Yeah.
meals after meals.
Like after a meal, 30 minutes later, you're still hungry.
Still hungry. Still hungry. Yeah, so my parents were super against it. Until I couldn't hide it from them anymore. One time I injured my back, like deadlifting, and I was just foam rolling like the whole week, yo.
You didn't do nothing.
My mom was like, yo, something's up.
You were like, something did not add up with
You
this.
don't walk too good? Like, what's going on?
You're like, nothing.
nothing.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, that hurts. And like, oh, what happened? Like, nothing. He's like,
That
just,
eyes.
yeah, it was.
That eyes. What about you? Like, did you? Because obviously you were active, but like when you first walked into the gym.
Well, I gotta tell you this. It's funny that you mentioned that. It was my dad that started working out before me. Like, he took my brother to the gym before I even started working out.
Wait, why? How come you weren't in the picture?
Like,
Yeah,
he asked me. He was like, "You want?" He was like, he was like, "Yeah, come work out with us." And I was like, "Nah."
Oh, so you didn't even want to go?
I didn't even want to go.
That's crazy.
And then it wasn't even until after a while when they went, until I started going.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so my dad was probably like the first person to go work out in the YMCA. Like he was he was the first one to be like, yeah, let me just do something. He found a YMCA near where we lived, and he just went and he just added us to the program. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I had to beg my mom to get me a membership. I had to cause a whole. I caused a whole fit that day, yo.
Oh my god.
Because how you gonna pay for it, bro? As
Yeah,
a
yeah.
high schooler, like how you gonna pay for a gym membership?
You're not paying for it. They're expensive too.
Holy,
They're
I don't
mad
have
expensive.
I don't have a card, bro.
No.
Like,
So you gotta. So what did you say to her? Like what did you use?
I mean, she eventually allowed me to, because it's like, you I can only hold a fit for so long. You know what I mean? The working out part, like, she got over that like pretty quickly. She was like, yeah, just don't hurt yourself. Like, just don't be dumb.
Yeah.
But I think what was more difficult was the diet aspect, because coming from living in an Asian household, the majority of our foods are carbs. Like at the dinner table, you get some protein, and the protein is like pretty high fat. It's like ribs. You got like the short ribs. Oh, so good, bro. Pike what, bro?
Yeah, pike what? The short ribs is delicious.
The OC pike what with the rice.
Black beans with short ribs and rice.
That is chicken wings. Like, it's fire. Don't get me wrong, it's fire.
But it's just like it's a high fat. These are dark meat, you know.
Yeah,
These are dark meat.
Yo, and the protein portions aren't that big. And then you get an entire big ass bowl of rice, and like some veggies on the side. Sometimes we get fish and we get soup. But then, as someone that's trying to build muscle, you need protein. But as a teenager, you don't have money to go buy protein for yourself.
So what did you do?
Eggs.
Eggs.
Spam and eggs. Bro, my post after school meal was 2 bags of ramen, 3 eggs, and half a can of spam.
Half a can of spam? You're trying to, yo.
I mean,
how much
hey,
sodium
man.
you got?
Hey,
Yo,
man.
goddamn.
Hey,
I thought
man.
you'd be like, oh, I'll probably eat like a slice of spam or something.
Hey man,
Goddamn.
when
Hey.
you hungry, you need your protein.
Shit.
You don't got money.
I know you was thirsty after that.
I had that shit every day.
Oh my god, bro. I don't know. I mean, hey, listen. I mean, I'm glad that you're not doing this anymore.
What's
I mean,
crazy is, you know how many calories that is?
How many calories is that?
Because look, a bag of top ramen, you see the package is like 380. It's not that bad, right? My God, there's 2 servings in there.
You eat 4 servings.
That is 760 calories per bag.
Fucking hell.
2 bags, 1,500. right off the rip. You didn't even add the eggs and the spam yet, bro.
Well, how much is spam? I
It's
forgot.
pretty high. I don't know off the top of my. It's been a minute, but it's pretty high.
I know the sodium is high.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. The whole meal was sodium, straight sodium.
But if you eat it with eggs, it actually neutralizes the salt.
Yo,
But you still feel like you got the mean sodium pump after
and then
that.
every single time I went to my grandparents, my grandma would give me shit. She's like, "Stop eating so many eggs. Like you're about to have high cholesterol." I'm like, "How am I supposed to get my protein in, yo?"
Well, that's a fact, yo. You don't have a choice. I mean,
Yes.
looking back at it now, it's true. Like when I was growing up, when I was like working out and stuff, I didn't even pay attention to my nutrients, my nutrition that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
high school, me working out in high school was just like working out. It wasn't even like just building muscles. I didn't really start like honing into it. I would say after I got into college.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo. Here's the thing. I don't blame my parents for any of it because for them, they're not thinking of, oh, you need to get this much protein. Oh, you need to get this much carbs, fats, calories. For them, it's just you being full. As long as you're full, you're not eating a bunch of shit. Like you're good.
Yeah. It's just like as
the
long as
number
your
one-
stomach's full.
The number one priority is being full and it not being like super costly.
The thing is too, like if you're growing up in an immigrant household, right? Not budget, like money is always scarce, and you always want to make sure that you have enough to pay rent, you have enough to get food, you have to have enough for savings and emergency funds.
Yo,
You're not gonna spend like, you're not gonna eat like how you would eat if you have like a better income, or if you live in
Yeah.
like a better.
it's expensive. Huh?
It's expensive to have a good healthy lifestyle in the United States.
Yo,
So going back to that idea, it's like, okay, if you have a tight budget, if you only have a certain amount of money for food, you're obviously gonna go with the most obvious like answer, right? You're just gonna go with whatever that's gonna fill your stomach at the end of the day.
yo.
You know?
And for my parents, they're obviously gonna continue making meals that they grew up with,
Yeah.
like their cultural foods and meals. So I can't expect them to be like, oh, I need 100 grams of protein. They're like, that's how much protein we have for the four of us.
That's the you know that video where you see that lady, 6 bumper clot eggs. It's like the same idea. It's like the same idea. It's like this man he made 6 eggs and then her mom was bugging out. It was her aunt or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you're not gonna have like that money to be able to eat luxurious food.
Yo, and the thing is,
So-
for them, like their source of protein is like duck. But there's barely any protein. There's so much fat in there compared to protein.
No, duck's actually pretty fatty. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, it's pretty fatty.
or like pork, or like those like fattier cuts of meats. I'm like, damn, how am I supposed to get? Cause I was like 180, 200 pounds. How am I supposed to get that much protein per day?
But you made it work. Yeah, you actually made it work.
But the thing
amount
is, I didn't get that much protein. Though.
then how
for
did
sure.
you get so big back
Just
then?
eating, bro. Bro, it was bad. It was bad. Like, this was my full day of eating in high school. Breakfast, cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh my god!
But I don't even know how much servings I put in. I just
You just ate whatever. You
just get the biggest bowl. Just put some milk. Yo, cereal first, not milk first, yo.
Oh my god! You got like a mountain full of cereal before you even add the milk in.
I'm pretty sure by the time I made it to school, I already crashed from all that sugar.
Oh my god! That's crazy.
Because I'll be taking a power nap at 8 a.m. first period.
No wonder. You was not eating. You were eating just to eat. You were even
Straight
like.
sugar, bro.
Oh my god.
That was probably like 800 calories from straight cereal.
You know what you should have ate? You should have just ate bread.
I got tired of it, yo.
Oh, that's why. That makes
But
sense.
my parents, that's what they eat.
Oh, I see.
I don't know how to say it in Canto, but in Toisan was manhao. It's like the white bread.
Oh, that? Oh, you didn't have like sliced bread?
Oh, they ate that too. Like
Damn,
the
you should have got
sandwich
some
breads.
bologna. You should have got some. Put like 4 slices of bologna in there. You good, bro.
Like a sandwich.
Yeah, but that's besides the point.
So my
Yeah.
parents, they would make bread. They would make jong. They would make dumplings. Oh, at one point I was eating like dumplings and noodles every day for breakfast, you know.
Shit.
But that's straight carbs
And
fat
sodium,
and
yeah.
sodium. There's
Yeah.
barely any protein in that.
Those can run you through the day.
Yeah. So breakfast, it was a big ass bowl of cinnamon. It had to be a cinnamon toast crunch. So that was my favorite one. Lunch, You already know, chicken over rice, yo. From the halal cart, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Every day, chicken over rice, yo. No salad. My guy Adam,
He
puts-
said no salad.
You gotta let him know, bro, or
Yeah.
he gonna give you that half plate of salad.
He's
bro.
like, nah, meat, bro.
That is chicken over rice, no salad, and you put the fries instead of the salad, bro.
Yo, you got double carbs.
No fiber.
No fiber is wild. No fiber is wild.
And then I'll help our friends finish up their meal. Kovir, Pierce, Sadiq, all these guys, they don't finish their food. I'm
No,
like,
it's actually a lot. It's actually a lot. Yeah. I even for me, it's just a lot.
yo. So that would be my breakfast and my lunch. Post school, post workout, you already know the 2 bags of ramen, the 3 eggs, a half can of spam. Boom. And then for dinner, whatever my parents make, like, you know it's bad when I didn't like get I didn't get my own food. Like my mom just puts it all in a big ass bowl. Like here. So I was just eating mountains of food every day. No
my God.
nutrition, just straight carbs and filling in your stomach.
You know, now that I think about it, I was under eating in high school. I was under eating in high school.
What do you
Because I remember like looking back at the amount of food that you were eating, I was not eating enough.
Now I remember stories of you telling me you were trying to stack up bread to buy J's.
Yeah, bro, I used to be a dumbass. Yo,
Yo, let's hear
it's
this.
not-
Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
Yo.
Yo, walk me through a full day of eating.
But before I say that, I just want to say like back then I would save money by not eating lunch, just to buy sneakers. That's the,
I respect the hustle.
I mean it was dumb. It was dumb.
you gotta look clean, bro.
It was dumb. It was dumb. I starved to even Carlos comments like, "Bro, how you starve yourself to buy kicks, yo?" I mean, he made a point. I mean, it's true, yeah.
But hey, man, as a high schooler, like, how you gonna buy them J's though if you don't save?
Yeah. Honestly, like a day of eating for me in high school is very simple. In the morning, one pineapple bun, like one of those bakery
Bolo
buns. Yeah, one of those bolo foul, those pineapple buns from the bakery, a glass of milk. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And I don't eat until after school.
What?
That's what I'm saying, yo.
Wait.
I literally start, bro. It's so stupid, bro. It's so
How
stupid.
you survive, bro?
I don't know, man.
How you survive gym class, bro?
I don't know, man.
Because
But-
the thing is, we start school at like 8, 9, so you're probably eating the breakfast at like 7,
Yeah.
and you're not eating until 3.
Then, mind you, this was earlier during my high school years, though. This was earlier. I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
I would starve, and then after school, I would save my money by buying a donut from the cart.
You hear this?
Like, that was it. That was my whole school day of eating.
It makes sense.
A
So
bun.
like, financially, it makes sense. It's
Like,
like $1.
I spent $1 every day for a week. That was $5 I spent, and I was able to save like the other $20.
Yo, in like a couple weeks, you can buy a pair of jeans.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo.
Yo, now you see the math
Yo,
behind it.
2-3
Yeah.
months, you can buy a pair of J's.
Exactly, but I was not it though because I was eating just.
Yo, is that
Carbs.
how you had a rotation of different shoes, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Like you know you had swag when you come in with a different pair of shoes every day, bro.
As a high schooler,
Bro,
yeah.
my ass, I got one pair of shoes once a year, bro. The
Man.
start of the school year, that's the only time you get a new pair of shoes, yo.
Man, looking back at it now, I'm like, man, I could have done a lot more with that money. I mean, you didn't know any better.
But hey, you look clean though.
I mean, shit.
You look clean.
I could have bought $100 of Bitcoin and look at it now.
I mean, as a like 15, 16-year-old,
You ain't buying no Bitcoin at 15, 16 years
Fine,
old.
what was your favorite pair of J's that you saved up to be able to buy?
Oh my god, let me think. I gotta say, it was definitely my first pair of the Bread 11s.
First pair? What year was that?
It was 2012. I still have it.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
probably mad nostalgic for you.
It is. I still wear it from time to time.
Yo, it's
2012, yeah.
not even the
2012.
fact that like they look clean, but it's the story behind it. It's like the struggle to
Yeah.
be able to acquire it.
Yeah. I still have it to this day. 2012. Yeah.
That's crazy.
2012.
So
But, yeah.
so you get a donut after school.
I would
That's
get a
it?
donut after school, and then when I go home, I would eat dinner. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. But then, after I got to my senior year of high school, I realized that it was important to eat lunch.
Yeah.
So instead of being a dumbass,
And you're getting older too.
yeah, instead of being a dumbass and fucking like not eat, right? I was working at the time. I was working at DOE, so I had a little bit of
Oh,
funds.
he got some funds.
Yeah,
to
I have a
eat
little
now,
funds
yo.
now. I still remember the first thing I bought with my first check. I
Whoa,
still remember
What you get?
another pair of shoes. Another pair of shoes, yo.
What was it?
It was the Luna Epic Flynet. I still have it.
fire.
Still have it. Yeah. it's
Those
good.
were hitting at that time, bro.
Yeah.
Hitting.
Like it has a sock too that
Yup.
comes up.
Yup.
So it looks like you're wearing double sock.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yo, it was so dope. But anyways, I would buy lunch and I would go to Ho Yip. There's a Chinese restaurant.
Yo.
There's a Chinese restaurant across the street. It was expensive. I'm not gonna lie. At the time, it was back in
$9.
That was back in 2016, 2017. It was already $13.
I went there once in my life, bro. I saw the price. I was like, I'm going back to halal.
It was
Chicken
expensive for that time period.
Yo.
Because at that time halal food was only $5 and you're paying double for Chinese food.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo,
So I mean, you make a little money, you splurge a little bit. That's all, yeah.
yo.
But I was able to prioritize my lunch a little bit better in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So did your parents support, like, you going to the gym and like you like exercising?
oh
and
yeah,
all that?
my parents were a little bit better on that compared to like some Asian parents.
Yo,
The reason is that my dad actually were like in similar shoes as how you were
yo.
when he
Yeah.
grew up. So when he was growing up,
Did
like,
his parents like give him mash?
my grandparents were like, yo, you gotta be studying and you gotta be like working, you gotta be like, you know, doing a lot of like studying at home and stuff.
Yo.
He was like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna play soccer, yo.
No, cause like I feel like this is just how some people are like, they're just how their brain works. It's like, yo, we can't just sit around. Like we gotta be moving. We need that dopamine hit. Like we gotta be like active.
So he was the first to like play soccer in my family. So he was the one that started playing soccer, and then he kind of like got into like sports a
That's
little bit.
good.
Yeah, like when in his early 20s, like
That's actually that's actually really dope.
Yeah.
Like, coming from someone that like was in China and like.
he was
active.
doing 5Ks too. Where he like
That's crazy.
before I did my 5K, he was telling me about his 5K. He was like, yeah, I was number 1, and then I was number 2 because someone ran faster than me.
Yo,
So I think he was fitter than me, to be honest.
yo. Nah,
So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like my parents, even till this day, like they don't want me to get like too big. They don't want me to like be too. I don't think they want me to be like a bodybuilder or anything, because I think they think. I mean, it's true. Like the bigger that you get, the more health conditions you're gonna be at risk for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has always been a little bit of a disconnect in terms of like fitness. I think they only accepted it because they realized like, yo, this is like the only thing that he's into.
Yeah, but
And, like-
yeah. I mean, I would think about like when they're growing up too. Like fitness was out of the question. What the like? It's literally a first world issue if you think.
I don't
about
even think they even thought of like lifting or like
Yeah.
going to the gym.
Exactly. So I think going back to the idea of like cultural upbringing, fitness truly is a first world problem because we're so sedentary in first world countries that we don't have a lot of time to work out. We don't have a lot of time to prioritize our health.
Yo,
Vice versa for other countries. Let's say for a lot of people that are coming from a country where you have to like do a lot of manual labor. That's already the workout already. If you're
Oh, yeah.
farming rice all day, you ain't fucking lifting 10. You're not lifting 300 pounds afterward.
no. But I will say though,
So
yo, them Asians, they got mobility.
yeah, that's why there's a saying like there's a farmer's genetics.
It's true.
There's truth in that. Yeah.
Bro, when I went back to China, all of them squatting, bro.
Yeah, it's strong.
Like hamstrings touching their calves. They just squatted. I'm like, y'all not tired?
They're relaxing. They're cruising. You know?